Hello, I'm Peter Boita, and it's a real privilege to be with you all today on this Fred Olsen exclusive broadcast. I hope to be with you in the flesh, as it were, sometime in the future when Fred Olsen can begin to cruise again. But meanwhile, let's have a little bit of fun. This is a lot different from when I've been on board before, where I've been talking about my life in music. I did 50 years as a music business professional, but I started as a drummer. And that's a lot of what I've been talking about when we do the cruises. But today I thought I'd just do something that takes me back, and I'm sure will take you, if you ever thought you could play the drums. Now, when I started, and a lot of my drumming colleagues started, we all started with knives and fork on a tabletop. So this is drumming for beginners. Get your knives and forks, a suitable tabletop. Don't use the varnished dining room table. I would advise you to use your kitchen worktop, which might be somewhat more robust. So let's take you through a couple of basic paradiddles and a daddy mummy roll. What's a daddy mummy roll? Well, you're about to find out. Right, so here we are in a typical kitchen. You've got a laminated work surface and a knife and fork. Now, a daddy mummy roll. Now this is actually a snare drum roll. It's done on the snare drum or the side drum, which is the main drum that the drummers use. Here's what it sounds like. Now, the roll we're going to do is not going to sound anything like that, but you will get the general principles. It's called daddy mummy, and for a very interesting reason. Okay, pick up your knife and fork. Now, assuming you're right-handed, start off with your right hand. You do 2 beats, 1, 2. With the left hand, you do 2 beats, 1, 1, 2. And we're going to call this daddy mummy. So it's daddy mummy, daddy mummy, daddy mummy, daddy mummy, daddy mummy, daddy mummy. When that goes faster, you actually bounce it. So instead of doing 2 separate hand movements for each daddy or mummy, you do one, you let it bounce. So if I let it bounce and pick it up, I get 2 beats for just dropping, as it were, and controlling the knife. Same with the fork. Okay, so if we start going singly, daddy mummy, daddy mummy, daddy mummy, daddy mummy, daddy mummy, daddy mummy, daddy mummy. There comes a point where you can't actually do 2 hand movements to produce 2 beats. So you just have to do 1 hand movement to produce 2 beats, like that. So I'll speed it up now and show you what the end result should be like. So that's a daddy mummy roll. Next, I'm going to show you a paradiddle. Now this is a drumming rudiment, and it goes like this. You go right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Okay? Let's try it together. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Now you might think, well, what's the point of that? Well, once it's sped up, it becomes quite an interesting rhythm that you can use around the drum kit, but we're just going to use it on the work surface here, or on a side drum, or on a snare drum if you were on a real drum kit, okay? Let's take it again slowly. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Now, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Okay? When you take that to an even faster pace, it looks like this. Now that's got a certain rhythm to it, which is quite interesting. But when you actually put it on a couple of different pots and pans, you get a whole different sound experience. Look familiar? Well, it should do. Couple of frying pans, and this is how most of my drumming colleagues, including myself, started out with banging with wooden spoons or knives and forks. So let's try that paradiddle again. First off, on the work surface. As you remember, it goes right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Now, with a couple of frying pans, we have different notes. So we have this note on the small frying pan and this note on the large frying pan. If we then do the same right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left on these two pans, we get a totally different sound texture. Listen. And that would represent using two different drums on the drum kit. Well, I think that's enough for now. You know how to do a daddy mummy roll and a paradiddle, so please practice. Use different pans, pots and pans, whatever you have at home for different sound textures, and enjoy. I'll look forward to running through these things with you on a real Fred Olsen cruise in the very near future. Thanks for looking. Happy drumming.